was sweeping along like a galleon in the wind, and suddenly then just hits the doldrums for a moment or two, and now he's got to get the breeze behind him again and head for harbour. Della, whose body language really in this last couple of sets hasn't been very positive, has an awful lot of work to do.
That's right. Puts his average up to over 100, 101 at one stage. Brilliant average. That's if he had been on a straight board. 92.5. And then Della got in because Warriner went off the boil. And then he stole the second set. So here we are with Wazza off. And has to get back in the gear of that brilliant first set.
We've got the darts again here, Sid, and Della has only had a couple of legs where he's actually been allowed the luxury of a shot at a double finish. He has got to pick up his game by at least 25%.
Absolutely.
51.
1983 world champion, Keith Della, in the history books. The MP for Ipswich rang up and congratulated him on magnificent darts against Eric Brestour. But magnificent to Warriner! That's a crippling 180 in the final time.
He really is turning the screw now, Warriner, mercilessly.
60.
Warriner's had two 180s, Sid, and also on my notes he checked out on 108, which just
137.
like three 180s.
And he's now hitting everything on the board. He's got the. He can't afford this dip in style, like taking the head up.
59.
But also, I think he's deliberately slowing the game down a bit. He knows Warriner is back in the groove from the first set. 2 16s.
12
on the way out would have been a 15 darter.
But
as I say, Della slowing the game down a little bit, perfectly within the rules.
I don't think that will matter to Warriner one jot.
With you there.
100.
Number 16, checking out at 28% success rate. Warriner, pretty steady. Double 9 in the wrong double.
Brilliant adjustment! Oh yes, to make a blob, and then recover this quickly to the double 9. Fantastic. Back in the form of the first set, and that's very ominous for Della.
96.
Really has got mesmeric eyes, Warriner, when he's in this kind of mood. His concentration is virtually total.
I hope he didn't look at us two then, Dave. God knows what we were doing. Emu impressions.
Always very good at bird impressions.
100.
Snatchy last dart, you see. Della, the technique when under stress sometimes buckles. And this is the stress! The pasty being dished out by Warriner, just like he did in the first set.
Still to come, Phil Taylor against Dennis Priestley. Two players who have bestrode world darts for over 10 years.
If you stood near the bookies, they say there's only going to be 4 180s in that match. You can get even money on more than 4 180s.
43.
Good bet, I think, Dave.
Yes, it might be well worth the odd shilling.
Not getting the adjustment to the red bit.
60.
Phil Taylor could get 4 180s in one set. He's got 5 to do it. That is his bet.
What a prospect. Taylor beaten by Priestley in the first PDC
83.
world title. Final, and then beat him 4 times after that.
Keith Taylor has a chance here. Double 16.
73.
He'll be back. Warriner just a little way back on 205, but a ton 40 here would wrap out a reminder. He's still out back.
60.
Right there, cover.
Keith require 32.
To stop the rot. Twisting right over and going at the narrow end successfully.
Keith there.
Well, it was a clever enough little shot. It just might be staving off the inevitable, because Warriner has the darts here, and again you need them in the 5th leg.
Della has to take all the sets now. But ominously for him, Warriner back in the form of the blistering opening set. He was the mugger in the first set. Then he was the burglar, just like Bristol used to be. In the second set, he stole it. He's back the mugger mode.
He has an elegance about him, Alan Warriner, when he's throwing beautifully.
140.
Reminds me of Bristol in his pump when he raised his arm to let his granite home know that he'd won.
100.
Warriner fights with a rapier. Keith Della is sort of flailing around with a pagnag.
140.
Still getting a few cuts in.
And then you require 141.
Can't be blunt against this sort of sharpish stuff there. Oh, magic. 1, 4, 1. Oh, just pulled the final double shot.
Keith, you require 141.
Well, Keith has got to go one better. 141. You've seen the way that Warriner went, but Keith is going his own way.
24.
To go one leg away from the match.
12.
Was there once double 6 at quarter past.
And shot in the 3rd leg.
Clinical! Suturistic!
4th leg, Keith to throw first.
Well, he's still battling, bless him.
56.
Really has got to pull off probably the greatest comeback in the history of darts, if he's to win this one.
Great shot there of just how fine the accuracy is. And this setting up.
Icy.
No
60.
ability to work on a lie around the 60, Della. No ability to use the marker dart in this vital scoring phase.
Still room there for a 3rd.
140.
Unlucky.
See, even at this stage of the game, that Warriner's still psyching himself up. Wasn't happy with the 140, wanted the 180. That's the kind of attitude
81.
a man needs if he's going to be a big-time winner.
That's right. They say in the States, do not sweat the small potatoes. Sweat the big ones.
Well, the chips are
60.
down.
Warriner looking still massively composed, even when he was slack in the second set, which he nearly lost. His face was cool. There was no chiding himself, no self-strafing.
Even a Yeti would acknowledge the coolness of the Iceman tonight.
It's snow business like snow business. Lovely dart in that treble
93. 83.
Della shrugged with body language for dying sloth. As Warriner again cracks out. He's hitting everything now.
Might go for treble 14, double 16 if he thinks there's not enough room left over there on 18s. Double 16 for a superb finish. Oh yes, Warriner majestic. Majestic 128 shot out. Dipped in the middle set. He's a man to beat. The temperament's now good. The showmanship's good. And he could hit a fly's eye on any part of the board. Look out, the rest of you, Taylor included. What a match by was that?
Vintage Alan Warriner there. Disappointment for Keith Della. Next up, though, the battle of two ex-world champions, Phil the Power Taylor, Dennis Priestley. Could the magic number be 9?